Nomaikum de Sigiwakawan, Tiananawaine Kawa, Onaia Hawan Nakaiha, Huakahi Nakumna.
Huataikana, Otaoko, Otikam Taia, Onaanaka, Toisaumaina, Oiumaina Kuan, Otakak Oika. Gos aikak ot isot aikana. Onaat aikak akuoka. Ata tukuaka. Ihaka. Osaka tukuoka. Akaoto taitan o naaka okua. Sakis ako. You're muted, brother. Kakuata akuata. Tu kikanta uta sakawata.
Muakata kiawa yahuata. Muasata wusata. Maya ua. Ewa huata kanuakata. Kiniawa. Muayawa mua. Suakata kiata. Mua. Shawa. Nia. Maya uata. Sunaka nia mua. Mba. Mba. Ba tu 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 mua e awata humba e awata humba e awata ua e a
Ia makaya. Tuisa uma anak o tinak unta awat aitan au. Hitak ak untaik out.
Shata kuta tu kuta di kuta tu 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 Muya kata kuata ta oya wata oya wata uata ea wa ua ea Muya wa ea ua ea o tata o tata o tata ea wa ya wa Mua kata ea Muya uyawa shine yawa yawa uyawa yawa Mbakuaya Mbataku ataki yawa hua Suaka kiawa yawa hua Muakata kia mama uata yawa uata uata Yawa waya Muyawa kinewa kunua uata Muasayawa Uka kiawa muyawa ua yawa umbawa yawa yawa batata kuta ni yawa yawa mama wa kuya kiawa yawa uta tu 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 Do 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 yo 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 moya 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 do 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 yo 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 wow yo 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 Batatutu. 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 Muata. Kiowa. Uya. Kinia ota ota. Moyawa yawa. Moyawa yawa. Bata. Bata ota.
Utana katu tokota itana mataka oton tikana. Ota itana koto sataki itana kutana. Otika atao taisanata. Uanakata wanakata. Uanakatikana oto to shitanakata itanaka uto tokuantana.
Oshata kuatata ma iya huata kosata nakini ya mbaya ota uwakata kiyawa uwayama mama muwakata kuatata uwasata sayama nanuwaka kini ya muwa paya kota otata iya mayawa huwa Hua ka ia wa hua. Ia ka ta kuata. Kuata ia ma hua. Hua ia. Ia wa hua ta. Ia wa hua. Ia wa hua ta. Hua ta. Ia wa ia. Mba ia hua ta. Mba ia hua ta. Mba ia hua ta. Ia hua ta. Mba ia wa tu. Ia wa. Bataka uwayawa hewa tuata kunuwaka iyawa umba iyo muwaka niwata uwata mawa iyawa mawata kine ya mauwata kuwata kini uwayawata uwa Shakata iata uata uasa mama mayawa iwa shawakata wa kawata tato nuwata tutuwa uyakata batatuwa ta
Ipatakata matao makatika maata. Makata aku atana oto to ispina kuatana. Utana makaputu tutukutana. Patakata. Patana patatika. Wah, takana tumata, tikana makatuku tutumata.
batatuwa kayataka kuyawayawa uata uya mayawayawata umba eyaka ewa oshana tiana
Mamau papa ises itana makatuto to itana. Mate nakatu mate kete kiti titi 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 matata uo matiti nyama. Namaku matita namaku mataishi kumatu toto shuma. Ina naku matataka kuba. Mama tanama mate keke wa. Ote te umo. Toe te umo. Mataka. Tuku matakata.
Tutata tututuwaya kuyawa uatata muakiya oya waya wadatuwaya tawa mayakata kuatata kaniya watawata sayama sayama muaya kuataya
Macam dana kantanya kemat. Anak kemat.
Mawasata usata huwata.
Makana naka umata.
Mama shahua ia hua tarewa.
Aua sisawakana. One te makanata. Chatanakata.
Tawatata hua katakiawa, iawa hua. Osha iawa.
Tuhuanakata. Uatanakata. O anate kitana matatikana. O inekahuma. Uanakayana. Uanaka woto isawamata.
Haya katua katakio wata hua tatata hua yawa. Mawaka ia kata. Kayata mua kata. Haya wa hawata huata ia wa humba ia kaya. Mua kata hua.
Nakatua natatikama. Toto shatanaku toto titi matatito mat. Tanakuma asawo teti ne iyo mati nat awa mataki tanawu matatika nawu. Tanamomotos enete o mataki o mata o oto sheke. Au mateki yamatu o teti kina nata kumata tina makatuta. Wanate kititi yumate kititi yuma. Tuana sawana. Matikanata koto satane tetiyo. Hakuo tatini titiana. Hao te tanao kota nakoto to istabama. Esi tiana trust. O kisanak otana. Trastikanak koto ota. Itianak ota oro tokus unta a. Oki te ki sawota. Give yourselves time when you meet a brother or sister. Hatukiaka takuata. So these energies taka ota. Your energies takuana. Hata ota. Katus is iti ak ota. Tus i ana. Merge and star. Kuate eki an ahana. Manifesting the magic that you can all create. Kaata akuta is isaoka. Ante esika oana. Nianak oana. It might take some time. Akuoting what you call time on earth. Kute tiana. Just be patient. Takuata. Open your hearts and allow anything to come through. Kakutuanaka. Eshanak-wonta. Let your energies merge and let the energies settle. Kakut-ana. Eti-ti-ti-ana. And then you open the portal. Akuanaka. For anything that you wish to. Kakuta. Atu-o-te-ti-ene-kia. Create. Set the intentions. Tanukuana. From there. Once this portal is open, kakuta is ika ohota. Be part tukuta esi sawama. You know all your developed tukua civilizations have done this. Tanak ota ni tanaku tuna. Opening portals to waka to reconnect. Uanata to tikaana and receive the aid needed. Kuana when times are challenging. Katu not ot ana. itiana, your experience on earth. Kakuontana as ikana. Otika anata. You all have the key to open these portals. Tana akuotana. Es ishanakuna. Just meet, be there with zero expectations and with all your intention to love, purely love, unconditionally, wishing the best for your brother you are meeting with, your sister you are meeting with, and the whole collective as one. Tanak awan is iuwaka. If you manage to reach that point, you will open the portal always. Tana, you have that power, you know that. Tiniyumak awata. Na akuota. Eisiyumata kuokota kitana. Ti kuanata. Tone tikaukunta. Es ikanatu tikawana. Oneka tuoti tiana. These are times when you can use all the tools that you've been practicing for the last decade. Akuana, and all that knowledge and awakening that you've been experiencing since you came to Earth. Uanata kuana. When you put all together, Uanata tikana utuku tuana. Breathe that sense to each portal. Kuanata titana wana. When you establish that connection from everything that is, from the whole entire awareness that you are experiencing, in the moment you open the portal, you will start getting naturally anything that is needed for the moment you are living now. Kaota I kauma. Te is I tikuma. Gradually, more of you will be aware that these encounters will be just something natural to do in your lives with other brothers and sisters. And not from the feeling of need, but from the feeling of awareness and sense and love and connection and understanding, that getting back into these portals with other brothers and sisters, the aid, that opening to that light that allows much more to come through. You can do this in your own, but when you meet your brothers and sisters, you can open the portal much wider, and much more can come through. So it's in your hands. It's a tool that has been there always for you all. You just need to put your intention and let it happen. Remember, zero expectations when you do that. Just your heart, your love, your intentions to wish for the best for you, for the persons or the brothers and sisters that you are opening the portal with, and for all humanity and all beings in the galaxies and universes. Taku anatau tu sina mama oneti uti ni awamana. You've been doing this for a long time. This vessel just been more aware recently with few gatherings Takutiana that he has had with very important beings for him. Kao ti and tiana kuata awanata kuto sani. He always knew this was happening. But at this point, he's just more aware of it. Esa wanda kuana, and that's why he wanted to share this with you. Anita in the beginning, Brother Wesley. Kakutanat aota. Eti yuma kaata. Eti yuma neti yuma titana oto. Es ishanana. If you doubt at some point of this information, just give it a go. Try. Meet with someone that you resonate a lot with, and just put this in practice. Any tianakuanata and feel the results. Any tikiana, you will get surprised of how much information may come through. Some of you might be expecting information coming straight to your mind. Open your hearts, activate your hearts. If you speak the light languages, Kawana, use your light languages. If you have other skills to raise the vibration in that space you are creating, use that to raise the vibration. You will get that information, whatever you need to get in that moment. Atu iti anahuana. Everything will be communicated in the way that you can understand. Some of you have developed more the third eye, so you will have visions. Some of you are more clairsentient. You will feel things and you will understand what's going on. Some of you will hear voices, and some of you will write down in a piece of paper whatever is coming through. Any form of expression, is valid. So just open yourself to such expression from the divine source. Open your hearts to receive and to be helped and to be loved. And trust your mind is going to be always doubting. But accept that your mind is part of the human design so that you can have the experience in that you are living. But it's not your enemy. So if it gets in the way, just send her love, just as if it was another person. Send to your mind love. And let it be free. Do not try to control. Do not try to stop things or thoughts, processes. Just be present in that moment with your brother and sister and share the love, share the silence, share whatever you are doing. If you feel like playing music, enjoy the music. Kakuta na tiene. Eni anaka uta nata ota sakutu tu yanama. Chishana kutu yanamata oto tikana. So yeah, basically that. Huanata utuana. That's what my soul wanted to say from the very beginning when I first connected to Brother Wesley. I tried to put that into English words before, but we were still establishing the energy. So it takes time, like in this channeling has been mentioned, it takes time. So if you feel like you are having a very tense week or a lot of energy is going on, just give yourselves time when you do that gathering. Hawana tau te yawa mata. Yesuana.
Hai sauli na manahani na takia.
Moa tata tu 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 wa kata hu ya wa una ya wa mua kai ya wa
Sinala na wahani na mata na kai.
kua sata ua sai ama ua kani e a umba e a kua ta kua tai ya kua kiwa iwa suwa ya waka
Kini na tiwa ta si mata na si kawa. Aya wa tiwa mani.
Paua taku tututua ya kua ya wa humu aka ia waka tua kini wa ua iwa sanua ka ia wata ua batua
Great. Fantastic, guys.
muaka sinua wa suakata
Isawamata. Itanaka. Tistana.
Kanshini na manawani.
muakata ki wata ua sa na ua ki ea muaka iwa muakata uata uata ea makua Kiniowa uata kumba ya koa.
Wanaka utana uto taitana umaka. Otene kototos okotos ayana. Otene te kiumaka. Ototos aika kotainak. Oteniana kuotiuma. Kuotos aikauma. Anete yuo tai entauma. Asana kuo tanaka ota. Oseisho koku tanaka ota. Siyumaka. Oto ishuku tuana.
Shakata kuata. Maya usata. Suakata. Kini ya ua sawa. Ea umba eawa. Uka ia ua ea uma ea muakata kina uata ea ma uata muatata usata sama makuna ka iawa uyawa ya uata suyawa tuata muaka eata maua Muayakata, Kuyawata, Shiniawa, Ua, Kinawa, Muyawa,
Kini ni na
Kukayawa,
sana
Bayawa,
minaniya.
Niwaka, Suaka, Bua Kia,
Kuntiwa.
Shiwayawata, Sunuiwa,
Siguratuwa.
Kuyawata, Watatutua, Kiwayawa, Muakaya, Uyawa, Muaka, Suyawata, Muyawa. Kututa, kutue, Muyawaka, Sunua. Whoa.
They show me in a vision a fire that you are different fires, and when you gather together, you become one fire, which is even bigger. That explains the whole thing that we've been talking from the very beginning since we started the conversation. When we create spaces and when we meet other people who have high vibration, when we create that natural space, we are these fires that come together and become a bigger one. And the warmth from that fire, they were telling me the warmth that you create with that fire reach the whole collective. And was this Indian ancestral being showing this in my naked third eye, let's say.
Uata.
Haruana kauta
Yuaya,
uto
Wata.
sawana.
Sunuwata. Kinuwa. Niwaka. Uwaka.
It is fascinating because alchemically, you can only create in fire. Like if you look at the earth, you know, it's created in a ball of a thermosphere, which is like you know, you have like 10,000 degrees all around it. So only inside a ball of fire there's process of creation. So that's, you know, that's very symbolic, even more.
Oh yeah. Hutuana kato sayana. That resonates wata tuata kutuana in my entire soul. Kakuanta tuana.
Kinuwatua.
Oh,
And then Sunata, Kuyawata. And then it's burning through many fields of densities as well. Suka do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Woot 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 woot.
atamatu.
Nuyakata Kiniwa.
Tumuku otoko tos oto idetikumo. Tuko ota namako ota. Eseyo moko uto ama. Ako kana otana ma oko ata teuma. Awaka kagututu. Senikio mata. Anega otana kuota. Asanuana. And I feel they say, and express yourselves also, because when you express yourselves, you become the channel. Kiniana kaontana tiana, and anything that you might be needing during the week, anything that you might need in this present moment, any tiana gets manifested. Often it will be something for a brother or sister who is creating that fire. Iana with you, kanakatuo tiana, someone who is creating that space there with you. Kuanakataun tuiniama, tuanakautoiana. You know that, like they say, like every civilization, in a high dimensional evolution, they have been doing these rituals forever. Anetiana wana, otiana wanata. Awanata mata wana, fire huana, and the other elements kawana. You can make them present so that you can create the alchemy. Ishiamakuana that you want. Kakuanaka. Siumata tikama otanaka. Tukumata tikama pa. Kutuma tikamama. Hotu tuku tu shana. Hatu mata. Hatu mata.
Sata tu watata. Maya kuewa. Usana eawa uata uae. Maya kata mauata. Muya sama muoya. Ea ewa 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 mautata. Uta tu 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 tu. Tu ba 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 uya uya
Wamaka umana hisio mayo mayo tium tiunak ayana mau
Suekatutua, katututua, muyuiwa, shinueta, konowata, batohua, niwewata, uakata.
Ikawamaka uto anata kihuatanati kahata. Huanaka uto sosha kautana. Tina kakutana.
Sama mawayawa, uata iakata, uakata iakata, kuutata, uutata, mauaya, uaya, uaya,
Huanaka undaka.
Uayakata, kuyata, kumbaya, wasa, mua, yawuyata, uata, mayawata.
Susanaka oku nakautana. Uana, you can use that fire to cleanse your body. Hawo atakawana. Shiwana, just like if it was some piece of soap. Kautawana, grab the fire, tuwana kauta, and cleanse your body. Kaumana,
Nawata.
huwana
Nawata.
kauta.
And it will burn through the darkness and through all the residues that are left over and make it dust and fertilizer for the new.
Shua, tikawama katauta wata. Uwana, or you can walk straight into the fire. Uwana kawana, and visualize your whole being there. Kuwana kaote yuma, kuwana, because you are the fire. Kuwana ku tuwana. Tusana ku tuwana. Hawana kauta tuwana. Sawana. Yuwana kawana. As you let yourselves express more and more, you will see that everything you say, Uwana, is totally connected. Kawana, it will resonate more and more in your hearts. Atuote is yunak wana. You can share that with light languages and you will feel that resonance. Takuo tawana, or you can use your earthly language, auana tawana, and discover and have a different experience by just, let's say, interpreting uanakuo tawana watikawana, what another brother or sister is saying, yanawana, and having that human experiencing of processing first with your mind, identifying something that somebody has said in that sacred space, and then feel it. Iyana, anyway, kikawama is right, kawana, isyana, no matter how you reach, it doesn't matter the way you reach to the same light. Inyana wana, you can reach it by doing different things. We often feel like saying this to humanity because you have been for a long time not sharing this, talking to others. So take this opportunity when you create these circles, uana, and you open these portals, uana tikawama, to feel what other brother or sister is there to tell you. Tawana tina kutuntu teyana, veishuana, auntanaku na. Feel yourselves all as one. Tauma, you are the whole fire. You are that same fire. Kuana, osana kuana, isi kuntanaka, os ikawanaka, sukuata. Onaka un tikama batukumata, tikama kuata.
Shamata ku tataki akata ku ata iawa mawa iawa wata mu.
Transmutation. Kawoma.
Muakata. Nia wa so. Bata. Bata. Nuakata. Kiwa suaka miyana muaka. Muaka. Muaka sayawa. Kiwa umoa. Muakia. Suaka. Hiyama. Miyaka. Kenya ua ea ua. Ua sa ia wa ua ka. Mua kania. Mua kania. Mua wata. Muata ia huata huaka. Wawakata ia mawa.
Tumakaku tu
Shawata,
kaku ta
shawata.
yumak akwata. Eti yumak atuana. Otika wanata. They were telling me that our eyesight contact is conditioned from the whole experience that we have had since we came to Earth. Our eyesight contact, when we meet, it feels like it makes feel people like you need to say something or you need to behave in one way, or there is what is he thinking about me, why when he's looking at me right now, what should I say, what should I do, what is next. Even it's like it's so conditioned, that eyesight energy contact, to say and what we will do now. And that all of that, it gets sort of easier when we close our eyes, because we are not getting distracted by that conditioning that we create with the eye contact. But that doesn't mean that we should be stopping us from seeing each other. The contrary, is nice to be exposed, looking at each other and transcending that conditioning that we have been acquiring, let's say, along our lives, in our path as we've been living this life. Up until the point that by using the energy, by opening the portal the way we are doing, we feel, when looking at each other, like there is not disruption, there is not that conditioning, and it gets dissolved. And that's why all these visions, they help a lot, because they put us more into the real meaning of everything, kawanatia, in the core of everything that really matters. And we break, just like Neo in the Matrix with all the agents. We break those conditioning layers and layers of realities that we have experienced, so that we can enjoy the true feeling of source. Awana, unification. Kuana kata, communication. Kuana tawana, be as one. Kuana, in any way you want to be, in any way you want to express, whether it's light languages, whether it's a mother language, singing, dancing, in any way. Kawana tawana, eoma kawana kawana, but your souls really wants to do it. Kuana kawana, they really wants to be and to be set free. Kuana kawata, esi ni omaka wuntana kuana. And like in that channeling message before, gradually humanity is going to feel more the need to do these gatherings and meet with other peoples and just do it, but not from a needy point of view of dependency, but from an awareness and knowingness that is the nature. That's what our ancestors were doing all the time. They were not waiting for a special day, the Dad Day or the Mother Day, to do a celebration or to open a portal. They were doing that any time they wanted. They were creating a ceremony, and they were gathering all whenever they were feeling as a tribe to raise the vibration in the tribe, because the tribe was maybe suffering, or somebody was sick or ill, and they were all gathering and putting all those energies together. Yes, they were a medicine man, a chief, and all of that, but the medicine man was also gathering the whole tribe to unify all the energy and put it together. Kuana as one fire. Kuanaka wana itanamaka wata. And every time I see myself dancing around the fire in the in astral, Kua, or in my third eye, that's what I feel is I'm dancing around the fire, but at the same time, I am the fire. And I am the fire with everyone dancing around. Everybody's creating this vortex of wonderful energy that allows so much information to come through. And they were singing, they were drumming, and they keep doing it as we do also sometimes in these light languages gatherings. The thing is that this is gonna keep expanding if we let it be, if we create these spaces and moments and we open these portals. But society is still coming to that understanding that this is part of our nature. It's a part of our nature to be together, part of our nature to gather from time to time and do a ceremony and just raise the vibration in everybody in that tribe. And as it happens in that tribe, affects all the other tribes, of course, in the planet Earth. But it has to also, it's part of everything that it happens also in the physical, because we are also here. Kawana kawatiyana, living this experience. Huana kawanata, usitana huana. Yeah, whatever you want to say as well. Tawana tuana, because I'm gonna make a post here because the energy it keeps coming through, and a lot of information keeps coming through, and I feel that it will never stop. So wata takuana. Who wants to say something, guys?
Wata huakata. Kiniawa muaka. Shiniawa huaka. Niawa huaka. Kunuwa eama. Maua ea. Suaka nayawa. Uaka mayawa. Uata ea umba ea. Kua ea ua eawa. Muaka ni ea ua. Huata. Taina ma Maria huata. Kuna wa iyo wa tuata. Kinuwa, kunuwa, kinawa, eawa, mawa, eowata, hiowata, sawata. There's one thing I will say. There's a serious amount of divine feminine support. Kunuwa, did you recognize that, lads? Suma, eaka, uata, they love it. Stuea, kuewa, muya, kuata. Muya, uata. Nia ua eawa, mawa kia uata, stuata, kiniua, riua. You're born to do it because you already know it. Stua ea ua kia mua kata. Kunya ea hua ea ua tuata. Kiniua huata, suka, spit. Suniwata is built into your hard drive. Suniwaya watu pu wiuku kuki huka iawata suna wata. I'm gonna say it because I'm gonna go back, but I'm gonna go forward at the same time. I actually felt a lot of actually just the dragon. Female dragon energy, and there's one actually just presented itself through the floorboards, and it was actually a female's, like a kind of a female's face with a dragon body. Suakata, very pretty actually, pretty face. Suakata, kuta uata, pinua, samamuakata, and then that was to my left, and then to my right was actually Middle Eastern, a good real divine connection with the Middle East. Sukuwa kia yo uata uata yo watuaka tu 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 Shukata uata kumba ia wa uata tuata Sukata, well respected. Tuna kuya, well acknowledged. Sukata kiupata kutututu wata. well understood. Puakata, kiniwata. Mawakana, iawata, huatata, huatata. Very nice.
Tuswana,
Suniwata.
Akuntana, Tis Ikuntana, Otikumana, Akuntana Kata,
Mayawatata.
Huanaka Huana, Suanaka Kutuana, Otuanata Untana Wuana,
Mawatata wata.
Huanaka Wana,
Shuayawata.
Huanakata, Tikawaka,
Suwata. Iwata.
Tusanakata Utana, Huanaka.
Suwatata. Wiyawata. Mawata. Miyawata. Suwakata. Kuyawata.
Both the dragon, Awana, Wana, Diawama, Kutun, Tuana, they are representative also of your ancient Kuana, Kaun, Tuana, origins, Tatuana, Kuana, Awana, and the Middle East, Takuana, Uana carries the wisdom also, Uana from the history. Akuako Tahu Maka, Esiumata Huana. You are combining all masculine and feminine energy. Kakuata kota, ikawamakata, tikaumata, ishawamakawana. From the very, very beginning, kawana, ancient times, takaota na utu tuwana, iyana huwana, iyana uwana, auwana huwanata. Awama na anakai. Many of you still resist this call. Kauana is a call within you. Iana tiana is the call from you to you. Kauana. Eyuana is nobody else outside. Taku. Eyuana, but you keep ignoring yourself. Kiana otana uana, and the whole tiawana unification uanakawana of the being that you are all. Tuana ekumata ote. Haku otana ute sawamaka. Asawana, too many distractions. Tuanaka, tiukakuwata, tikawana. Oh, wana, those that are awakening or awakened. Takuwana, iawana, huwana. You will know, huwana, from time to time. Tuana, you will gather again with your tribe. Kuana kakuana, to do the ceremony. Kuana, uana kuana, siwana, uana tawana, utuana, shiawaka. And they were saying, as Brother Jacob was saying before, this fire helps you all to transmute everything, to cleanse everything, it's not adding only information to the information that you already know or remembering, but also cleansing those things that from the 3D experience that you're having every day, it gets dissolved. Chisawamaka ota otika wamata kota tikamata. Osikawamata, Isianawana. And I feel always very lucky to have these languages and also have the opportunity to meet my brothers and sisters here on earth without even planning this. Awamakawata tikawama, shiawamakata. And when we put this love that we've been sort of let's say harvesting and remembering and experiencing and yes, taking care of and expanding. That's all together our hard work that we've been dealing with in this life experience when we do these meetings, all this gathering of this tribe getting together, all this love is shared. Takua takuarana, ishanakurana, and the vibration raise. Kuanata. That dragon was white, brother?
It was actually in through the floorboards. Like I was getting a lot of things a few years back, and I would see spirit starting to etch its way through the floorboards, and it was actually just coming through the timbers. I can see it there now again. So it's like it's the dragon. It's just coming down and dragon, and then it's got a woman's face as well. So it's coming. And then it's got the beautiful woman's face as well. Well sculptured and
one day I did a session to a sister from Manchester, and in that session we contacted to a dragon, and a dragon that is one of my spirit guides. And the thing is that in that session we got to know that that same dragon is with her as well. So sometimes we have that feelings that each person have a different spirit guide, but often the tribes, they also share the same spirit guide. And when you're talking about this being that spirit guide is resonating a lot in my chest and in my heart. And it's not often that I feel her presence. Is usually when I meet this girl, when I have met her in the past or for the session. And now that you mention it, Wesley, it comes the feeling again, like it's her. And and it has a lady face.
Yeah, Suakata, lovely, beautiful. Yeah, and I just feel like that, like couldn't repeat what I was saying. I feel like a lot of support, and just actually not even a lot of support. It's a part of the whole interlacing. Utata, kutuata, kinuata, samawaka, kinuewa.
They support all this taku on tawama ta'arana o tahotos awana. They also bring that creative energy, kawama, with the feminine energy, kawama, sishama tawana, that help us to feel reality like, let's say, smoother or softer or not that harsh. Kakuara na karuata.
Bawata. Kuatata. Kiniwa oyata. Kuata oyawata. Muwakata. Kiniwa uwata. Mayawata uwaka. Kiniwa sheniwa wata. Suka ya makuata. Kiniya. Muayako. Muakai. Mukai. Iyakayo Mukaya Mukata wata Zuya Kuataya Yawa Watata Ayawata It's kind of interesting because what I got there is you're meeting many charging stations at the same time. Happening to many fields. Pre-existences.
Zero control. Zero control with the mind.
Sinuata, Kiwata, Kuyawata. In such intelligence, Sutututua. In a kind of a non-logical manner.
Exactly. Kawana.
Amazing.
In a sense of knowingness. Takuana, kuana. It's not structural. It hasn't got a structure as the mind perceives structure, but it has a geometrical structure as other senses can feel or understand a structure as sacred geometry.
Putting order to structure. Sing two things at the same time. Sunuwa, kunuwaka. Balancing harmonies. Muwaka, Nayama, Wata, Muwaka,
They say that from nature, from our nature, because we've been dealing with things for so many thousands of years. When something happened in our surroundings, we have that tendency to believe that everything needs to be sorted or solved by the mind. We need to find for that solution with the mind. Right now, when I say like stop the mind, it was also myself talking to myself. It was for everyone as well, but also me talking to me and saying, stop it. And the more it was like relaxing, more of that understanding that we were sharing, Brother Wesley and I, right now, was happening geometrically, things getting in order. And the tension from my head was transformed in a like minor headache. I ask why I have headache suddenly, and they say because you've been trying to solve so many things during the week with your mind, and you need to do it more from the heart. And I know I'm not saying this accidentally. I think this is happening to every brother and sister. When things are happening outside, when we see that the world is shifting outside, we have that tendency to sometimes to get worried, sometimes to start naturally we get also this because they were mentioning, don't forget that you have also the instinct, your animal instinct. If you see danger outside happening in the world and that the world is shifting in so many ways, there is an alarm inside you that switch on, and you start processing with your mind what things you need to do. That survival mode is important, but it shouldn't take over what we feel in our hearts, what we feel when we create these portals and when we expand and we perceive these other ways of understanding what everything is. It's really a challenge to put it into words. Much easier to speak in light languages always. In few sentences in light languages, everything is said. Sometimes you don't even say.
Yoaka. Tuwayakutua. Muaki. Niyamuayama. Muayama. Uayama. Mayakata kuata. Kiyawa. Muyawa. Wata. Watata. Uyawa.
Makumata kumata.
Matua.
Makakodataka. Tumakatanakata. Tumakatamata tikana. Awumata kanata tikamata. Wanata wamata uwata. They are also telling me to transcend what the mind constantly consider to be an error or a mistake. And this is something to do with what we see outside and what we see inside us, in our behavior, in every day, with the people we share. Transcend that is happening to you is really a mistake, because it's not. It's part of the experience. It's part of something else that at some point you are going to become aware of. Oh my God, it does make total sense why I had that experience that I consider at the time negative. So much is happening now, so we need to be really aware of transcending all these things that seems to be mistakes, and understand that everything is manifesting and co-creating for the highest good of all. Trust the intelligence of source. Is not the same type of intelligence as you perceive in this human experience. Goes beyond Kuama. And you will know Awana more Kawama as you let it flow. Kuama Tigamama Tumama Eniyama Mama Tikama Awama Tikama. And now I was feeling a lot of mother energy as they were saying Mama Timama Kumama Tinama Huaka.
Kinawawa. Uwaya kumbabaya. Tuataka tuaka. Tuataka tuaka. Kuataka kuakaka. Mia mama uata. Uaya. Uaya ua. Uaya u. Mua. Uaya maya wata uata. Kiawa. Kiawa suakata yamama uata. Uatata uatata. Iowa yawa ua. Iowa yawa. Uata uata. Uata ua. Yawa uata. Kinawa yama yama. Mashakata kina iya maua ta osa sawa iya makunaka kina kumbaya ua ya bata uata bayata kuata kata kia kanaku yawa iwa mayota tutuwa yakata tutuwa kiniwa shua kayawata
Lot of colors and a lot of geometries, like stars. Expanding everywhere. Kakuana. Iya mauana, chisa maumana.
Mawata, Uyo Kua, Kiowa, Ua, Suwata, Uyawa, Muaka, Kineowa, Iowa, Wata, Kinewa, Wata, Sawata, Iowa, Muakana, Yawa, Iowa, Wata, Uayawa.
Tawama katahushi babak.
Pawasata, Sawata, Shiwata, Kumbata, Kinawawa, Ewawa, Pawata,
Anatiwa mabasu. Uaka. So mama tamana. Sumana. So yeah, they were sending us huge, big reminders that we are gonna be facing interesting situation and realities in the 3D, and in those moments we need to really remind ourselves that that is not just what you see, but much more that is getting transformed and transcending. If we take it just personally, in let's say just in one way, kawana, just seeing what your eyes see, uana kuana katawana, is gonna be tough. But if you remind yourself in that moment that all of that is equally divine, tawamati yama kawana, you will give and relax and give yourself the space that you need to let that energy also flow through you, so that you can understand that reality in a different way. Challenging is, but you've been practicing this for a long time. Takawana is nothing new to you. Kawama esikamanato kuata.
Shawata, Kuwata, Kinewa, Mua, Kinewa, Shaya, Sawa, Kawa, Kia, Mua, Awa, Ia, Kawa, Awa, Wa, Kawa, Ewa. Hukani ya humba ewa uata suakata ko mayawata suakata nawata.
Kiwanata wanata.
Whoa.
And after this little introduction that we have had today, welcome
Jesus.
everyone. We are here in week 136. I'm Ismael Rodriguez and I'm surrounded of wonderful, wonderful beings. Awata wata nawata. We just thought that you might find interesting what we were sharing from the very beginning before I pressed the recording button. Sawamatawana. Wesley and I, we started talking about the times that we are living, about the things that we were experiencing. And suddenly we started feeling a lot of light languages coming through. So we thought that the best things to do is just press the recording button and go on with it. Because deep inside we feel that as we are all one, tawana, ti, kawana, any information that comes for Wesley and I, it will be helpful for everyone else. Tana, kuntana, ianawana. Because this type of information we channel or we feel is usually universal for everyone to practice and for everyone to open up to. And wanatia wanatika wamata iana kuanata iana. We are part of it. Iana, all of us. Tana kuota es iana. But we also gather here every week to set intentions, and we are going to go to that sections now. If you feel like going into the where we wish or we set intention, we ask for things that we might need in this present moment, and also we send and project the love to humanity and the whole planet and all the existence. We already been doing that, but in this section we just do it like more like using our total consciousness. All our input output is merging now in a very high vibrational level, and now we can send all this massive love with all these intentions in such a good way. Nothing is in the middle, nothing is interfering. We've been cleaning up all of this Iana that was there before, that we've been gathering all this let's say stuff that we carry in our shoulders that sometimes feels heavy. Iana 1-1. We have removed all of that at this point of the session. So it feels great to do this now. If you feel the same, brothers. Would you like to set your intentions, Wesley?
Matuakata kia hua, shawawata kuna koya, maia huata ia, moakata, kineowa huata, kineowa iwata, suata, siniowa tuata, hiakata kuatata, nia mama eowa, huata, huata, eowa. It's just what I'm gonna say is trust. I mean, my intention is trust in the abilities that we have to change our whole conceptual understanding of reality, and to step into the awarenesses that we already know, that we already understand, and harnessing those intelligences that we already are. And remember the tribes. Big respect to the bird tribe. Sunuaka na kine ya ta. We rock like we used to.
Joy, a lot of joy.
Kiwa. Whoa, that was what wanted to be expressed. So yeah, recognition of that actually. That was, they love that. Gratitude, firm gratitude. Sumaka wata kuya wata kutata. So just even the intention for myself, just was gratitude with suwakata could space suniwa kiniwaka kiniwata tuwakata connection sunuwakata kumuwaka Kinua, Saiwa, Kuata, Nuata, divine intelligence, Sutututu, Babuaka, Kinukawa, Woyakata, Maigawa, Sumata. And the planet, connection, and Sunumwa, Mama, Kuna, Kuyata, Tuata, Suakata, Suakata kuatata. Just to ease sama muakata, the challenges that are going on, sunuwata, especially things that are surfacing within the planet, but that's already happening anyway, for everybody. And that we just blanket clothe the whole place with light. Samuakata, me included, please. And everybody else, thanks very much. Bring on the light. Bring in the light.
Bring it on.
Penetrate this field. We bring out all Muyaka na kiniya muwaka Nuwa ya sa kuwata Muwakata, bringing this divine intelligence as fast as possible. Because we need it. Samakuyata, Sunuwa, Yawa, Muwaka. Thanks very much. Thanks very, very much. Shuata, Tuwaka, Yawa. Muwaka, Takini, Yawa, Suwaka. So we can running the Suwata, Muwaka, Shiniwa. Bringing it all across the fibers. Kiniwa super yawa uata waya.
The spirit of the wind. Wana. The spirit of the wind is all the time here, making my arm is I'm gonna lose my arm after this session. Because I feel as I do this, it's like a tornado, like creating cleansing and at the same time creating the portal, opening more the portal. Thank you, Brother Wesley.
Thank you.
I joined your joy a lot. And now it's Brother Jacob. What do you wish for yourself and for everyone? Powerful, eh?
That's the bird tribe. I better shut up now. It might be an old martial artist that kind of
the bird style martial art.
Thanks very much.
So for myself, I'd say it would be great to connect better to people, to be able to find their skills and help them realize them and empower them and plug them, back to the light within their powers. That would be great, and that will empower me as well, probably, within community. And for others globally, came to my mind, that especially the children, you know, they need empowerment in a form that it would be great if their intuition was able to realize that their mind is being played on and that they need to do something so they can recognize that they are trapped in this.
Yeah. You send that to children, you say?
Yeah, especially children, because you know everyone
Because
needs
they
to
have
wake up and
because they have what they is needed to be done.
exactly. Yeah. They have the power of the transformation. It's in their hands. You know? So they need to realize and step out and do, and it's only possible if they realize that it's an attack on their minds and their souls and their spirit. So
this space that we create here in 2019, they told me that it needed to be created also for this moment of the awakening of the children and the teenagers. So when that happened, that they don't feel that all adults reject them, but that they have a place where they can come and talk to us, and obviously we can guide them in the best way possible. So if you are mentioning that, it's giving me a lot of joy and love and celebration inside, because we all know that this is just about to happen. It's happening actually, and that's why Jacob is sending this energy so that they wake up, so that they can wake up and start recognizing their truth and their divinity inside. And every intention that every brother or sister they mention in this group, it becomes automatically and naturally part of everyone else. Because that's what I feel when you pronounce your intentions. It's suddenly are like if it's me telling them the same fire at once talking. Thank you, brother. My intention is almost the same, if not the same, is the unification of the energies, like I felt when I was creating this flyer behind me, the unification of the masculine and the feminine, so that I want that to be, let's say, more experience within me. I want to experience that in a greater way, which I'm already doing and experiencing, and I'm so grateful for it. In this whole experience in the group, I've been feeling exactly that, but I wanted to be sort of constant and keep happening more and more and more in myself and for everyone and for everyone else. For everyone else, I also join the intentions that Jacob and Wesley have mentioned, because that is really what we need today and this moment that we are talking. Connection, communication between people, the perception from ourselves of what their skills are, so that we can recognize them. But we also ask for them to also feel that the trap is just something that they can transcend and also reach the source the way we do, or in any way that they know how to reach there, because we know that there are so many passages to the same destiny. So many ways to reach it. So yes, I do set my intention to send love to all the people who are getting also trapped, also adults getting trapped, because we adults, we need to support these children. Like we just say, we need to support these children and don't make them feel anymore that all those things that they see, they experience that they are not from this world. If adults keep telling them that this is something that they just make up with their minds, or something that that don't even exist, yeah, they are going to get a little bit confused. They're gonna become part more of the whole confusion in the world. And what we want is to create the unification and the connection and the synergy of the masculine and feminine, and bring all that awareness to everyone, really. So far we have mentioned Wesley's intentions, Jacob's intentions, my intentions, and now Khadija just came in. And Khadija, you want to say your intentions, you just arrive in divine timing. Establishing connection. Kuwata.
Hi.
Hello.
I forgot. I thought you are starting because we added 1 hour to our time.
You did? We didn't, no? We didn't, I think. Not yet. We did as well? We did? So maybe, so this shouldn't be GMT anymore? It should be summertime already?
GMT plus 000. I don't know, like
okay,
before it was plus 1 hour, but now it's just GMT.
It was Saturday.
Timeless.
I think it changed Saturday. Saturday night.
It changed Saturday. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Saturday night.
Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
I wish I came on the right timing because I missed the group transmissions.
And like we were saying before, usually nothing happened by mistake. And like I say, divine time is not just because you appear, it's because everything, I truly believe that is divine timing. Yeah, and you didn't miss anything, and you know that all of this is recorded, so you can watch that part any other time and get all these wonderful light languages that Brother Wesley, Jacob, and we've been sharing. Yeah, now basically we have been opening a ceremony, like an ancient ceremony. We've been creating the fire. We've been the fire itself, and we've been expressing and feeling all that the fire was creating, Kawanata, and manifesting. So that has been a little bit the journey. Yes, Jacob, did you want to say anything? Maybe not. Maybe yes.
Sorry, go on.
Did you say anything?
No.
No?
I was
wow,
silent.
I don't know why I heard your voice, brother.
Telepathically.
I totally heard your voice there. Wuaka.
Wani, Tanoa, Tanama.
At some point, what I was mentioning, becoming and being the fire, you become really one with the other person. And this that I just had is nothing paranormal. You can feel the voice of a brother or a sister intervening, Kawanatiana, anytime. A lot of people interpret that also like a schizophrenia, but it's nothing to do with schizophrenia, especially when it feels so nice. When I heard Jacob's voice, it was just part of the love that we are sharing here. Wonderful. So nothing to worry about anything. Kawanakwana. And Brother Wesley, did you want to say anything?
Nuata
Nuamakatunda tuata.
Nuya kuna wiawa. Muaka sana uya. Uya shana iata ua. Uya waka. Muya kunuaka. Tuakata kiniya ua. Kunuya wata. Muya wakata kiniwaka. Uatayawa. Maya kuata.
Kuata. Iya matakata. Basically, when we want to say something, we want to say the same thing. Wakawana. When you have
Mawa.
the same fire, the same information come through, and it can come through Wesley first, or if I open my mouth first, it comes through me first. But that doesn't really matter. Kuata mata, because we are the same fire. Awa makatiana. Kadija. Well, if you want to share whatever you want to say. Kuana tikawama.
You
This
were
is
saying your intentions now when I came?
yeah, if you want to.
Okay, I just want healing, more healing, and more. I want to feel free more, and healing from my solar plexus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just feel more free. That's why. Yeah, that's what I feel for now.
And for people,
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about. Yeah, for
what a
people.
selfish person.
Yeah, sorry.
The
I just forgot,
contrary, love. I
forgot.
say it's the contrary.
Yeah, I know, of course, I know. Like for the planets, for more healing, more openness, more love, higher vibrations. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.
Tuamakawata,
Mawata.
tikawamakata, sikanata, kuntuana. So you are at home and you're watching this video and you want to also say your intentions. This is the time also for you to say. Just say in your inner voice, or you want to say loud whilst you're watching the video, you can say so. You just pick the light languages. You can join us with the light languages. What we do is to send these light languages and love to support all these wonderful intentions that we share all together. Takuana, tikawama, and by sending this love, these energies that we send, they have their own intelligence, and they go there where it's needed in so many multidimensional layers, and they structure everything so that everything start sort of getting in that way or form that we are sort of asking for. Kuana, katuana, as creators, Kiana, gods and goddesses. Tikawama, tikawana, tikawana. Suishishawamana. So if you want to set your intentions, this is the moment. If you don't speak the light languages, you can always do prayers, like the natural prayers. No matter when you're watching this video, as you know, the time doesn't exist, the space doesn't exist. Kiana, tuana, join us, and tiyawana, and all together we will make this possible. Kakuata teo matika mata tush inana. Kiamakata tiana. Whenever you like, guys, you want to be part of this transmission, activate your microphones and you can say whatever you like. Kuaka tua tanika mama te yama. Osai no ko taikuma. Seki tanamata o tes ishanaka. Awanakata. Ei mama tu isana tu te tima tu te kititi na tu patika mata kistatatana kuto to shinaka hu.
Mata tu tata tata yawa huata yawa huata. Mawa pia mayawa. Mayawa huata mayawa. Mosana kinawa yawa. Mayawa ea mayawa ea. Mawa huata huata yawa yawa. Uakeawa. Uakeawa. Miawa. Miawa. Miawa uaeawa eawa. Uasayawa. Uasayawa.
Tu sarakata ko takata tika matata sishanakata. Wamakanita naku se umatisiuma. Aumatene te makahuota yese akua. Ianaku anakaota sheki anawana. Uanaku atakate sao natai anau. Ikuo to sanakao te yu anau. Tosai anao. O mai anao. Tau anao. Tau anao ti anao. So what they are showing me now is that how we can go from feeling a high vibration when we are sharing any sort of expression, like languages or anything we do in a ceremony. And they are telling me to observe how our levels of vibration change when we are sort of focusing in something that has some structure in the way we express things in our planet. When we are, let's say, to do this section that we just did about intentions, they told me, observe when you are talking and doing that, how your frequency change. They're telling me it's so important to watch that, look at that, observe that, and understand how your language or your way of communicating to others create straight away a disconnection from source. Because this is the way that you've been practicing your language for such a long time. That's why there is such a huge change from the moment that you are talking the languages to the moment that you are just mentioning something more, like describing something in terms of, let's see what my intentions are, or when you are in a spot, when you are like, you feel like you need to say something or share something, because this is the section that is coming now. Wati ana tu ana kuana for the meeting or gathering of the session tonight. They tell me to observe that variant. Identify it and recognize that you have the power and the ability to get back always to that high frequency. And if you see that, if you experience that, whenever you are doing something else in your life, you will be able to recognize and realize also that you can bring in every moment that high vibration that you can share also with your light languages, with the earthly language that you speak. Ishikawa kanata iyakuwa kawata.
Shawata. Mawata kuwata. Hiawa huwata e. Meya huwata kawa. Huwata e ama huwa e huwa e. Huwakata e awa huwa e huwata. Hiya huwata. Huwaka e awa. Huwaka e huwata huwata. Miya huwata e ama huwata. Kuwa e awa. Kuwa
Yapakadushi chamaka kuru patati tu papa patiti titi 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 u papa papeti titi 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 u papa patiti titi titi u patati. Hawa makauta na kauti kawapata. Out kagua na ua tiu manta shuoti kawamakata. Shia na kawatata. Wanaka. Wanaka uata. Shikawamata katika mata. Shia naka uti kawamata. Huanaka. Yamamati sanataka. When you feel something stuck in your throat, not necessarily is a dark being. It can be just dense energy accumulated some place in your system. Takuata. And yes, you can just tell and let it go. Kakuana. Tell go away. Kawana. Ianawana. To unlock. Hanikanak. Tusika. Ianamakwana. Hauanaka hote yuanaka. Wamari kawupatika wata.
Wata o wata ea wata o wata ea wata o wata ea.
Wanakau tanai tanau natai ne tau anai nau manai. Iumahe na hunai. Umahe na hotai na uai na hunai tai jau nai nau. Ahe na uai ne. Chakumatakata kus ishadaka.
Watata o watata o watata o ea o ea o ea o.
Tuita o nene huana e na humata e na umea huana e ua. Tusai na kuana e. Sasana ka tukata tika makata. Osa chika mamataka istuko.
Tiatatatu, atatatu, atatatu, atai awa ua. Uakata, kuahaya, uiawaya, uayaya, miaya, uawaya, uaya. Tu 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 tu
Shua makaturu pata.
Shawata tu 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 tu. Baba yua kuata.
Yamakata so shoko tukista kakuroka. Tustika.
Baba tata tu waya kata
Ora naka kurumata sisha taka tuturu tuturu kikaka.
Kalinina na sili na watani na makati na sawata wati la la pili la 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 tili la la nini wa na.
Mata tu 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 tu. Oyo 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 oyo.
Henlina na wani watni na silini nini tilili wa kwaili la wa.
Kuwa ta ta wa ta 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 wa wo yu yu wo yu 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 wa wa wa.
Sindi wala la wani minini wa kini la wa ti wa li wa ni.
Oyo wa owa. Watata waya 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 Mawo yo 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 waya Wakata waya waya wa Matata waya kata kuya wa waya wa waya wa waya wa waya wa
Sili waya wa mi ya si wa ti ma ti te wa ni kwa li di wa ti.
Pawata wota wota iya wa ya wa ya wa Bawata mawaya wa iya kua shawa mia nia iya uwayaka kia wayawa mayawa uwaka uwayawa uwayawa mayawa Mauayawa uwayawa uwayawa Sawata waka payawata mayawa mayawa Mawata kuwata Uwasa uwaya Masha na mata uwata Kia uwayawa Maya uwata Naya mayawa Miyawa uwayawa Shawayatawa Mayawa Mayawa wayawa Suwaka wayawa Mayawata Sawata kuwa Shawa iyawa tuwakana mayawa Mayata uwata kuwata iwa shana makuwata kuwata
Tuana kahota isa wama ika wama. Soku anata ikanata utana. Seiyaku wakani kanawata. O anawanaka. Eyo akawu anata. Sakuwata.
Shua Kawa Aya Mawawaya Yeah Mawawaya Thank you, God.
Nakuaya nabai.
Oh my God.
Kuana kauta kutana awata. Tisa
Asha.
wama tau anaka. Iana uotos itika umata taika. Iana unata itana. Uanata ikana. Your ability of separation or separating things is divine design. But that doesn't mean that you need to constantly be separating everything until the point that you forget that you are always connected and that you are part of everything. So remember that you can be the same being at once, the one separating so that you can understand things in your human experience, but simultaneously you can always be connected. Both can be together. You are welcoming that aspect of you experiencing both things at once, more and more. That's why it requires this practice, in this sort of training to remember Wanaka Awata, who you are, Katia Kawana, to bring together Awana Tiana, those memories, Uwaka, of who you truly are, Auwanaka, Enianak Aum, Esha Wamata, Eya Wanaka Wana, Tusana. So let's say separate just that you need to separate to understand and comprehend and expand in that human experience. Ki kawana, but you don't need to totally cut your connection to source. Kawana, no anymore. You know, you are always connected, but you can always consciously also feel it. Eki yana you want to kuwanaka. Eni anati kawamataka wo. Esiana, you know how to do it. Takuana. Iyana huanata. Eyana. Tiana. Uanata. Just be. Kuana.
Shawata. Shawata uata kana kinewa. Maya wata uata ta uata tatua yaka. Kinewa na yaka uwa. Aya wa ya wa. Masini yaka ta kumbakutu wakua. Wakai yaka uwayo. Wayo. Aku
Wanaka yamayanai. You yamanai yamai nagumai shanau nai naguna shukunakai taka wataka.
Pakututuku, katukututuku, katutukutuku, kakututuku, kukubiyo, kututututu. Uyu, 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 Muyokata Kineyawa Mawa ya wa ya wa Uwaka
Wata seu makana.
Manani yawa
Sakanama eniana kuana.
Shama
Tisana kuonta. Setki tikianta.
Takuta Katukuta Katakuta
Hundaka tais ika utanaka. You have the power
Shamba
to create any horizon. Kika kunta aot a kurot ak. Sak tak ok tuk ok otis ish ak at us ish
Shawata. Shawata. Shawata kuwaka kineya ma saowa. Haiya kaya. Kawatua. Tuaka neya. Mashaka nakani. Niya maoata. Mba. Mba. Mbata otata. Mbata otata. Mbata ota. Mbata otata otata iawa ota. Mbata otata iawata uwata. Uwatata uwatata iama uwakata. Uwakata iawata. Muwakata inawa iawata. Uwakata. Tututu. Wakuka kiki katuku. Muwaka shana. Sanuwata. Mbata. 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 Ndatututu wapapuwaka. Tiniyuwa. Zuzuzuzu. Uwakata. Mbatata. Putututututututututu. Mbatatutu. Hututu. Papapayuwakata ewa. Huwa. Mawatata uwatata. Mawata uwatata. Mawata uwatata. Nayawata uwatata. Miyawa uwata. Mawa yawa uwa yawa. Mawa yawa uwa yawa yawa. Yawa. Miyawa uwa yawa yawa yawa. Miyawa uwa yawa. Yawa uwa yawa. Uwata uwata yawa uwata. Yawa uwata.
Saonaka anakuatana iyomakana inia asaitana ete umanaka hukutu shinaka.
Mawata, Hinawa, Uwasa, Sawe, Niya, Muwakata, Uwata, Muwakata, Iyawa, Uwasha, Shinawa, Miyawa, Uwata, Uwiyakata Kuwa, Uwakata, Iyama, Umbaya, Umbayawa, Umbayawa, Umbaya. Mbaya, mbaya.
Bataina nakakuntana. Aonaina makauntana. Eyumakaina kata. Utototu isanakuntana. Kakuntana. Tanakustanaka. Hawaka.
Kawasata, Wusatata. Owasata, Wusatata. Owasata, Wusatata.
Watakutana tisana takuto toshi titi titi anakata.
Watatutu, watatutu, waya watatu, waya wata. Waya waya wata. Waya wata. Wakata. Waya wata.
Wanatikamata sakawata. Kakutana kaotos ishanaka. Uanaka, Tisanakutuana. There is joy for everyone. Takuanaka. Osuyanakuntana. Send your joy to others. Kuanakawana. But don't forget some joy for yourselves. Kikawana, to keep some for yourself. Takutana. Eyana is endless. Kakutana eyana. Tuana reconnect. Kakurna. Tir. Same way that you did when you were children. Takaurna. Tauna. You have the ability. Kauno all the time. To create the spark of joy. Wow. Amazing. How was that for you, Cadilla? Is your back? Oh, I'm going to say some things now in a moment. I'm gonna let the energy to settle down a little bit.
Hi again.
Hello.
It was so good. I came with I felt like some energy in my chest and solar plexus,
Yeah.
like annoying me. It's like some stagnant energy. And now it just went away. I feel like, yeah, as I said before, I just want to feel free from it.
Feel free. They did the same with me. Like in every joint, they were all my bones, all my joints were cracking. Like as the tension was being released, I was just doing a little bit of stretching, and they were clack, 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 clack. And then I was like, oh my God, I wasn't even aware that I was such a solid, like a stone. I didn't know before when we were talking before the transmission now that I was so solid. And now I feel like, wow, like really like a gymnastic athlete.
Yes, very healing.
Yeah, flowing, healing, and yeah, so nice. They also say and share for the next encounters to choose. Let's say we are 4, or let's say we are 8. So let people choose what element you want to be. So let's say that you feel, I want to be today the element of water. So let's set your intention whilst you are leaving the transmission to imagine the water, and to visualize how the water that you are, everybody else also is the same water. Because we had this vision before with the fire in the beginning.
Mhm.
Then I shared it with the group, and they were resonating a lot with it. And then during this transmission that we just had, they say to me, the same that you did with the fire, the same that Brother Wesley did with the bird beings. You can choose to be an element, or let's say an animal spirit. For example, Wesley felt to be the birds today, the spirit of the bird. So let the whole group choose who they want to be. And this way they were telling me that it will help the whole gathering to raise even more powerful the connection. Because whoever attend to the group is not going to be, and if you are watching this video, do the same at home. Choose any element or any animal spirit that you want to be, and just become it, feel it, and then when you feel it, create the unification, create the unity by visualizing that you have become. If it's the water, if you have become the fire, if you have become the wind, share it there with the whole group in a way that you can recognize that every member in the group and the whole society in the planet is that same fire that you are creating, or that wind that you are creating, like I was feeling before this tornado. But you can be also this animal being that Brother Wesley was feeling, which is the bird, a spirit. If you are with an animal spirit, let the whole collective humanity be the spirit also of the animal, of the birds in this case. Once that you feel it, once that you integrate it, once that you feel the expansion in this space, also visualize it outside of you, and then let everybody be that being simultaneously. Is something that I have felt during the transmission, Brother Wesley, is to, in the next gatherings, let people be an animal spirit, or let people be an element, or whether the water or the air or anything, any element. And then once they feel as the element, as they are listening to the light languages, because you know, brother, that we can do that simultaneously. We can be talking the light languages, but we can also set the intention in being water, or in being fire, or in being something. And then this way, as every member or attendee who come here, or attendant who come here, as each of us, we are going to become an element. And at the end, when we feel being the element, we are going to integrate that element as everybody being part of that element. It's like we put it all in the center, just as the fire that we are dancing around. So I was putting the fire today myself. I was putting the fire, and I was putting the tornado also in the middle. Brother Wesley brought the bird spirit. He also brought the dragon. He also brought another entity from the Middle East, bringing ancient knowledge and love. If we do that all together as an exercise, after we set the intentions, we are going to create much more enhance. We are going to enhance the power. We are going to increase the vibration, and we are going to create amazing things. The way they were telling me and transmitting me, we are going to create. We are going to take this to another level. And it's going to make feel those people who don't speak the light languages like being more part of the whole transmission, like being part more of the participant. And enjoy that expansion, brother.
Exactly, yeah, that's well said. Brilliant. And it's the medicine, so the incorporation of that medicine, sort of bringing in that information, whether if it's like even shark, or like I was getting bear, when you were speaking there, I was getting like a polar bear, and it's just that we've got so much medicines, shamanic um, archetypes, or going through the things. There's so many medicines, and it's blending them in what's needed in the moment.
Yeah.
And
the ancestors were combining all that magic with simplicity. And that's why we are being guided, and that's why we are being called to feel the energy again and manifest the way that they had to share this alchemy, that they had this ability to alchemize the love and energy that humanity can share. They are really here to tell us, in this shifting, in these difficult times that you are experiencing, you just need to come back to simplicity. You just need to come back to the most essential thing, which is, in essence, is doing nothing, but just putting your intention with your heart, which means a lot. Our mind is gonna be always telling us, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that. But if you don't do what the mind is saying, the mind is going to tell you, you are doing nothing, you're wasting your time, this is useless. Obviously, a lot of people who've been practicing already meditation and is pretty much awakened, it's not gonna feel that way anymore. But you might be, somebody there might be there watching the video and might feel sometimes like that. So the reason why these ancestors are here is to tell us and to remind us that it's nothing that you need to really study or something complex that you need to do. With simple things you can get to your center. With simple things you can gather the source energy, and that is in the elements all the time. And if your third eye shows you that you are a particle of water, if your third eye shows you that you are a tornado, like I've been seeing all this time, first it was for like half of the group or the session, I was the fire, and then I was this tornado, the wind. But it has been like a huge amount of time. Now, if I let my mind say, well, what the heck? Why you are visualizing the fire all the time? And why you are doing this with your hands all the time and moving it? Do you really believe that you are seeing in your third eye is what is really happening here? Well, actually, yes, because I can feel it. And then we need to put some trust in that connects us, in that we can feel. We can maybe, instead of judge straight away what we are visualizing, maybe gives ourselves some time to visualize and let the feeling also observe the feeling that comes together with the visualization. And the more we allow this, more we are going to visualize, more that we are going to bring to earth together. Everything is there. We are just establishing the connection so that more can come in, because there are brothers and sisters who are still not aware of these things. So we can do this work together. It's for everybody. So yeah, if you want, from next week onwards, we can start asking people, who do you want to be? Who would you like to feel or imagine? And maybe in the moment I ask, people might not know what they want to be. It doesn't matter. If you don't know, we can ask afterward again and maybe find out who you were, who you felt to be. You felt to be the wind, you felt to be the wind and the fire together. Anything. Let's allow this magic to show Huadani Kawanata Itiana manifest Takuama Kautuanata Enetiguanata. And whilst you were away, Wesley, Khadija and I, we share that we felt a massive tension removal. We felt like I wasn't even aware that I had so much tension in my system. I noticed that I had certain things that I have blocked that I needed to let them go. But in a physical level, I was feeling like a brick. But I didn't know, I wasn't aware that I was feeling like a brick until I felt lighter and I discerned the difference. And all my joints were cracking, like crack. I was stretching a little bit and they were crack. Like, like if I went to a chiropractor. What did you experience?
Yeah, like when you're cracking, all that cracking, you're just taking in, like from my interpretation of that, my experience of that, I'm just taking in more light. So things to start, the bones to start clicking, and you're like, whoa. What's the experience? I just noticed that I was kind of I was dialing out. I was just leaving the body a lot. I felt there was a lot of clearing. I felt there was a lot of surfacing. There was a lot of connecting. The way I kind of get it with the language is starting to do. It's finding base, it's finding positioning, and then it's harmonizing at the same time. So then it's connecting in. So what it is bridging. And you go back to unification, because then it's distributing information, and then it's resonating back to where it already is, which you were saying is source. Like. So the light, like just like beyond all the densities, beyond all the fields, beyond all the understandings, it just is. And then it's the unification process of like returning to like, is it this or is it that? I did this, I did that, and then it just is like. And you're beyond it all as well at the same time. Then it's all experience. But the clearing, I do feel that there's a lot happening. Like that's what I said before this. I had to give myself a little jolt, just to kind of. It's just funny because it feels transcendent. Then when you do it, you kind of come back in your
perspective, no?
Different perspective, and you're not in the mind as much either. Not in the mind as much
reminders about things that we already know for a long time, that we've been sharing maybe the 136 weeks that we've been meeting. But still, that's why they keep saying, don't be harsh on yourselves. Don't be harsh on yourselves, because what happens is that it's not that you are making the same mistakes. It's that things are changing. And as things are changing, they are becoming more challenging. And as they are becoming more challenging, it's easier for us to again forget that whatever we might be forgetting temporarily because of the times that we are living. There's so much shift, so much change. So many dense energies in the planet that we are dealing with, we are feeling them. When I say before, we might be doing all our clearing, we might be quite awake about who we are, but as part of the whole thing, we are feeling the whole thing. By nature, because we feel in our origin and divine nature to make it better, we take from that some sort of responsibility and we make it ours, and we start dealing with a a lot of dense energy. So it's something that happens naturally. It's not something to blame. For a long time, we've been believing that if we had a guru next to us, it will be telling us there, like, you did that wrong again. No, we are not doing anything wrong again. We are just experiencing other realities that are becoming more and more challenging. So in those realities, it's very easy to disconnect anytime. Any anakawote anawana. And that's why all these messages that we've been receiving today, they have come just as a reminder. But it's not like a reminder like, I told you so, why you're not doing this? It's nothing about being told off. It's the contrary. It's all love, all with compassion, all with the feeling of, yeah, sometimes we just need to tell ourselves again something that we already know. And we need to reflect in each other. And light languages needs, like Brother Wesley say, place us in another level of perspective and an angle, in a different angle, so that we can see where we were, and then let's say, whoa, hey, stop it there. Maybe I need to throw the anchor and do something about it, and maybe get rid of some stuff that been for a long week. Because honestly, guys, since last week, I feel like almost a month have passed. Only in 1 week, I felt like so many things going on that it feels like, what the heck? It's like I feel like I haven't seen these people like my brothers and sisters for ages. And I'm working every day. I'm connecting to brothers and sisters who are also in a high vibration. But when we gather here, it's a different thing. I don't feel like I'm at work. I don't feel like I need to be there, like paying attention to certain things. It's the time I also take to completely relax and just be part of this. And that is really, for me, very helpful as well. Very helpful. And that's why I was telling to Natalia, who is a member of the group on Fridays from Colombia. I was telling her, I just sent her a message to tell her I'm looking forward for the group tonight, this one, and for the one tomorrow, because a part of me wanted, it felt like really a month passed. And that shows us how time doesn't really exist. It's less and less and less. Yes, the challenges increase. That means that we have plenty of more experiences and feelings at once. So much happening all the time. And simultaneously, we feel that the time passed like this, isn't it? Like, what? Yes, sorry. Wata.
Nuakata, exactly. And like what you're saying, what I was kind of getting, was coming through my brain, was like, it's all consciousness anyway. So sometimes we might even be carrying stuff, some of it's not even ours. So when you walk into an environment that's, it could be anything, it could be a shop, it could be a building, it could be thing, and then we could be, we could end up getting charged with whatever resonance is happening, and then we're carrying it. So that can be brought up to be cleared. I just, for me, is super aware, is like, for me, we work in a building, so, and sites and building sites, so it's like being aware of like just certain different resonances. Like I've been working on one job, it's like it's funky, like it's funky. It's like, I have to say, the energy's funky, like, and but it is getting lighter. It is getting lighter, but the other side of it then as well. Sometimes you need, like, I need to go, and I'm going. I'm getting out there. I'm done. I'm not. This is not my gig. I'm going, finishing the doorways, finishing certain buildings. I'm done. Unless they call me, I don't even want to. I don't think I even should have been there. But I noticed a change. Then I'm up in another building, and it's a lot of places I've been working with since I was a teenager, really. But it's in fields, so it's in nature. So you're dealing with two different extremes. Like you're dealing with nature, and you're dealing with there's a whole mind game. Like it's a whole mind game. So you could deal with nature, you could deal with the whole mind game. So then it's bringing back choice. So, and even for myself, it's like, oh yeah, keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. But then it's choice, is bringing back choice where you need to change something, just get back into nature. And that's the reality. It's like all these buildings are coming up, or because it's all certain resonances, and some of it's, and let's be honest about it, it's like sometimes we're going to bring in harmonic order to certain situations. That's what it is. We're bringing order to certain situations, and they need to be. Sometimes it's a resurrection of the energies facing itself, and then it's being cleared. Like. So, and there's a choice then as well. I think that's being aware of the choice, right? So some things are just not of they're just banging off a different beat. Like I don't get it. I don't get the beat. Like I'm like this. I'm like whoa. This is I do not. I take my brain out. I still don't get it. I'm like whoa. I do not get this. So I think then
it feels like that, brother.
Yeah, I'm like I do not get this. I don't know. No matter what, I do not get it. And the language just can't help. But then you might go straight up and go Sunayaka kumbaya wata. Why? Muya wata. But it's all mind, like.
Yeah.
When you come back to the head.
Exactly.
It's all mind. It's all mind.
So often it's like we are living experiences that they come out of the choice of our soul, but consciously in our mind we are not aware why we are there. Why we are there. But that not knowing make us feel like, what the heck are you doing here? Or I'm not even sure that I'm supposed to be here. But in one way or another, you are supposed to be there because you are discerning something. Just if that is happening there is for you, if it means to discern that you shouldn't be there, it has already a functionality for you. It has already a reason why that is happening to you, or why you are creating that reality. Because often I'm in situations where I say to myself, why in hell I put myself in this situation, and I'm feeling almost like trapped, and I don't feel comfortable. But then once I take perspective, or once I get back to one of these light languages meetings, and you all together and me all together, we all help each other to take perspective and observe ourselves. Then there I realized that, okay, that now I understand that never again I need to go there. And that is already a reason why you experience that, so that you get more aware of where you want to be and what you want to create. And when you're telling me that, Brother Wesley, I feel that. So I feel you. I feel like if I was you, resonating with those reality and understanding that, well, yeah, maybe this is telling me not anymore there, not anymore.
And another level you already know. So then it's trusting the thing is right. This doesn't resonate with me. So in reality, it doesn't. So it's like you're putting yourself through something that you don't really need to put yourself through. So it's trusting the beliefs that you already are.
But
so
the message, like exactly, the message is trust where you are. And also, maybe, brother, maybe, as we mentioned before in the beginning of the group, maybe you were meant to go to these doors, spaces, these door places, and do the final work that you needed to do in that structure, in that area. but but at the same time that you might be doing that work because at some level you chose to do that, maybe you say, your soul say, let's experience this last time this, then you are doing this job, you will complete those doorways that you've been fixing around all these houses, but at the same time, that job that you are doing for society or for those families or people who live there, at the same time is helping you to discern that you don't want that anymore, and that you want to be. So it's not one thing or the other, it's everything that we are saying together.
Yeah. Well, the soul, there's like I get pulled to actually step away, but the my trade has been involved in that. But then as well, energetically, like everything that has happened, or everything that's happened, the play that's happened is what I already recognized with people. But here I am going over the work that someone else has already did, and I'm like, so do I need any firmer confirmation on this? And then I've got one left. And I've got a house left. So I've got one left in the morning. I've said this to one other person, so I'll tackle that. But energetically, it is. So you're just opening up the doors, like you're opening up the doors. That's what it is all. Because all consciousness.
That's why it never is a mistake, because you are doing simultaneously work for somebody else, for many beings, and also for you is a personal confirmation of getting to a point that when you finish the two jobs that you have left, you're gonna be so sure inside that you don't want to do that. Maybe not in that environment, maybe in nature, but not there. I
see the change in people too. Like I've seen the change in certain people that are, that are super aggressive too, and they change. They basically they've changed. Like I might have stood into a certain position. I'm like going in English, but they listen. But then as well, bringing compassion. So then compassion. I will let them know. I'll stick to staff and but then it'll come back in a kind of a. I know it's respect, like so. I get respect. So because if it's not done, if I don't step in and do that, it's gonna happen. It happens to so many people, and that's just bringing awareness. And if the thing that actually happens is that I step in, it's through that happens, that the people that, if they're bullies, if they're that, they do it to so many people. And then what happens is I step in to a certain position. They might be confused what dynamics happening, but I would treat them with compassion and after it, like even during it. But they back off, and their ways change. They become, like I see them, they're more gentle.
Yeah.
So if you go through the hierarchy with certain stuff, so certain dynamics, there is changes, all right. But energetically, you're going through the depths, like you're practically going through the underworld. Yeah. Which is learning in it, of course. Totally. You have to go through it to understand it. More.
It's much easier when we have these meetings and we can see it from outside. The whole thing. Because this week I was feeling for moments also in situations, like I said before, that I was saying, why the hell I am here really? And then when I was coming out from that experience, I was getting messages like, you are choosing to be there, Ismael. You are choosing. You just don't know how much help you are doing there in so many levels that you are not aware, because you are only focusing on it. You are only focusing in the human level. So you don't see the whole work that you are doing in so many other levels. But the same way that when you go to sleep, or when you do a meditation, you go and do work in different dimensions, the same thing you are doing when you are consciously aware of everything that you are doing in 3D. When you are in 3D, you are not doing only the things that you are doing at 3D. You are doing in so many levels, so many things. We are just not aware that all of that is happening at once, because we are in that vibration of density that only allow us to see the man or woman that we are dealing with and the situation that is happening around us. But now I can see, now that today I can see all of that. Then I didn't, and I was like, what? Why I put myself there? Why I did that? But yeah, this is happening. This is happening, and it's helping us to trust ourselves more. It's helping us to understand what happened today. Also, not like okay, if this happened in the following week, maybe we will be able to to see it, but maybe not, because the things that we are experiencing are also new, and the shifting and transformation that is happening in the world is much greater. So it's going to feel always like another challenge. It's like, oh, I thought that this week I learned everything I needed, but so why next week I feel like I commit or I make the same mistake, which is never the same. That's what the mind says. It can never be the same, and it cannot be a mistake. Only a realization, only something telling you something else. That is what the mind says or consider as mistakes. We are not making mistakes. We are awakening. We are understanding. We are remembering. We are expanding. And the things as constantly expand, we need to keep adapting ourselves to the new layers that we are experiencing.
And when you were speaking there, what I got was the observer, aware of the observed. So you're observing, yeah. So you're witnessing it, but being the player within reality. That's just for me. That's what you just say.
Do you know this game that children play in the school, that they make a square in the floor, like with,
and they jump, is it?
And they jump, like exactly. They were showing me that with different numbers written, and they show me like if we were jumping like one experience to another experience and creating like a numerological combination that at some point create the perfect combination that we need to expand on something else. So we are jumping to the number 5, to the from the number 5 to the number 4, for the number 4 to the number 1, from the number 1 to back to the number 5. It's only a representation that they show me in the third eye right now when Brother Wesley was talking, and as we were jumping, the number was getting like neon light, like very, very bright, and then the number 5 was like that, enlightened. And then when we were jumping to the number 1, for example, the number 5 was still turned on with light, and the number 1 simultaneously was becoming also enlightened, and the combination of the two numbers were creating another reality so that we can expand and we can help others to keep expanding. So this is super complex, and it goes not only like we do here, humans painting in a flat surface, but in many, many, many layers. So we are jumping like from many platforms to other platforms, and we are creating combination of numbers that create energy and allow us to expand personally and collectively. Esikana at is ishu tu tori naka horonatisa. Wow. Just like the, yeah, Khadija, say whatever you want to say.
That's interesting. I resonate with what you say
with that
because
representation.
yeah, like also with what Wesley said about his work. I also feel sometimes that maybe like my lesson, like what I had to learn, has finished. I started to feel that like if this is what I really want to do, yeah. It's very interesting.
The reality show putting you as the observer, you know, like he said, you know, like being the observers and at the same time the creator, and understanding, should I be here? Should I be here?
I think sometimes, like for me, it's like just so many programs still going, and it's just so much programming. So then it's just trusting what you already know. So then it's trusting that you're like, yeah, you've already got it anyway. So like the rest is just programming.
So
Because
to everything that we already said, like Wesley is saying, we need to add also all the programming that we already have, plus consider all the programming that we already have, plus all the programming that they are still bombarding. Because when we get exposed to brothers and sisters from the collective, there is a lot of programming in them as well. So that affects us. That is a residual that we get in ourselves as well. And that's why we go like, I was feeling really like a brick. So tense, so solid.
Yeah. Especially if you're sensitive too, like.
And that's something we cannot avoid. On one hand, on the other hand, we don't want to avoid it. Because that sensitivity is what allows us to feel all these things we are talking about. So we don't want to close the
oh yeah. And sorry for interrupting as well. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem. Never.
Sorry.
I don't feel interruption. I also say sorry and things like that. But inside, I don't feel we are interrupting each other.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was thinking I might have interrupted Kateria there when she was speaking.
Okay,
I joined up the, I kind of
it was for you.
Oh, it's okay, no problem. Just take what you just said is like, I resonate with this 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Are you thinking? Do you want to make it a change? Do you want to make a choice, or do you want to change?
Yeah, I feel like what I started like for this year, it was very like, it was like I would consider it a rich experience for me, you know, and I really loved it. But and I think that I was going through that experience for a reason, to learn something. And I grow a lot from that experience. But now I just reached the point I feel like I need to move to something else. Yeah.
That's a brilliant perspective.
And now, as I sit, and I'm seeing myself in that environment. I just ask myself, that's this question, like what I'm doing. It's not. It's a combination of what I'm doing here. And also I'm very aware that I learned a huge lesson from that. Like it was an amazing experience for me. But still, you know, I know I will not stay here. Like I know I need to move to something else. My lesson has finished.
You're probably resonating at a different frequency too, as in different vibration. So they're just different, you know, they're different sometimes. From my understanding, you know, sometimes like people can be different, like they're just clanging off a different instrument or a different resonance. Yeah, that's brilliant. Good perspective. Brilliant perspective. Yeah, because if you trust that, you know it's constant evolution. Then, well, I suppose the evolution of the human existence. And imagine there's more than that then again. So it's vast. It's cool.
Like before, if it's before, I would consider it overthinking. Like I would tell myself, you know, to just shut my mind and just say, no, 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 no. I just, you know, you're just overthinking. I would just shut my mind. But now I know deep down
Intuition.
it's intuition, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Brilliant. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah. Trust in that. That's key.
And it's
That already
happening to
knows.
all of us.
Yeah. That's what's happening to me. That's why I'm not listening to my intuition. Things start happening. Well, they do say, this is what others say, that you go to start getting sick, you get run down, accidents can happen, and you need to start shifting. You need to start, you know, your things are basically not. You're supposed to move, like, which is wild, but it's realistic as well. But I get that.
Okay. You
need to move. Need to move.
That resonated to me a lot. You need
to move. Yeah.
What?
It's just like, yeah, there's further expansion too, like, so you're not you're in a place you know, yeah.
You're not a tree. There is a saying says, move, you are not a tree.
Jesus. Yeah.
You are not a tree, like a tree.
Yeah, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. You might be a walking tree, though.
What did you say? Sorry.
You might be a walking tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you might be a walking tree, like an energetic tree, like the tree life. You know, you got the roots, and then you got the interlacing. Yeah, like walking tree.
Exactly.
No, that's a good one. Yeah, it's just not a tree. Move. That's good. Constant change.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
We often get that thing somehow forgotten, because there is a part of us who also want to rest and just lay down and relax and be for a while, have a break really from that constant non-stop evolution, which I find also that's why I always feel we shouldn't be hard in ourselves, because it's natural that we also feel like, oof, this is tough. And then moving to another tree now. When I really want to take some holidays, I need to move to another tree. Oh, like God, that's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy. And there is honestly, there are so many brothers and sisters. Practically everyone I know is changing jobs, moving house, changing the group of people, friendships that they have had for a decade or more. So much changing, so much transformation. So when I see so many brothers and sisters experiencing what you are sharing with me, guys, here, I just see myself straight away. And I understand that I'm not alone, that this is happening to me and everyone. And that feeling is very comforting, because I just say, okay, well, I'll do my best tomorrow. Well, from the moment I stop the session and the recording and we say goodbye to each other, I will continue doing what I always do, my best. But now with an understanding and a feeling more comforted and more with some more perspective of what I can do in the following days. Because I've been feeling like not dedicating that much amount of energy to editing videos and things like that. I needed to take a a week more off from editing videos, and I dedicated to be with people more and listening to people's situations. And that's how I know that everybody is been through this, because I've been focused in a lot of brothers and sisters this week, practically every day talking to a different brother and sister. So it's like, this is actually in everyone. And I have brothers who are doing a job, temporal job, that they don't like at all, but they just need that extra money to make the change, to have that money to move somewhere else or to do something else. And a lot of brothers and sisters are preparing for that. And well, we know that in terms of banks around the world, things are changing. We might feel a new change very soon. A massive historical change. All the old way of banking, all the system of banking is changing into something that is totally new. It's called quantum currency, and it's something else. It's going to bring much more balance to everyone. You are going to hear a lot of people saying a lot of negative things, because a lot of people are affected by the fear. But always come back to your center and trust that we've been going through all of that. We are gonna get to what we want, for sure. I know we will. Because all of this happening cannot be for nothing. It cannot be for nothing. No, at this stage. If somebody put me in this point like 10 years ago, I would doubt about it a lot. I will maybe also fall into fear. But now, no. Now it's like, I know we have come this far, and we just need a little bit more to get that shifting where we get what we all deserve everywhere, not only in one country, in every place. This is going to happen gradually, yes, but it's going to happen in a much in a bigger way, not only in England or in Ireland or in US or in Australia. No, this is happening globally. So we are going to see it, we are going to feel it, and the changes are going to start happening.
Who did it say is involved in it, or what? Is there going to be governing body?
Who is doing this thing, brother?
The quantum...
It is happening because the economy in every, let's say, first world country is collapsing. So the only option they have is to create a quantum salary for everyone, which is digital, but not the digital salary with the intention of control people, like a lot of people are talking about the digital currency to control everything you are doing and everything that you are spending the money on. Maybe there are going to be countries that they are going to be doing that, but we are going to have the discernment with this that we do here to say, okay, if this is happening here and they are trying to control me with this system, I know that in that country, the government is not doing that. So I'm going to go there because my vibration flows with the way they are using that new currency. So more collectively, more balance, and more for the good of the community. Esi kawamati kanaka, otiki anaka, osana, tisana. And yeah, I've been watching a lot of this information, and I found out that because I've been processing all this information, it's not easy to process all these news that even if they come from people who made these videos, or from reporters that they record this in a social platform. I haven't been listening to the news. I've been listening to what people have to say. But in these videos, some of them, they contain a lot of density as well. So for me to reach the ones with that vibrational light that I needed to understand the whole thing, I needed to listen or to be exposed to, let's say, maybe, I don't know, 300 videos. And out of 300, they were maybe half of them positive, half of them, they were very dense. So, and then, but why again? Well, I put them all together and I create my own discernment. I feel all of that. But that process is not easy. It's tough. I mean, for me, it's tough because you need to process a lot of negativity from some people as well. It's like, wow, wow. And you get shocked in the way they are interpreting that and understanding that if it happens to their country, that is the only option that you have. So anger get a reaction, and a lot of people are reacting with a lot of anger and a lot of hate, and all that energy has been like, wow, tough to intake. But a part of me knew that I needed to go through and collect that information. Like I say, not from the social media, I mean the stuff that they put in the BBC and things like that in the news, but from people, and that's what I've been guided to do more and more. Listen what people have to say. People from France, people from Japan, people from China, people from Ukraine, people from Canada, from everywhere. I've been this week collecting this information from. But today I felt that I was feeling like a brick, like a massive brick, so solid. And I needed to release a lot of that. So I'm so grateful for all of these guys that we can come back again and give us that we need to each other for what is coming and for this moment that we are living now. So yes, it's important to be in contact and in connection to our brothers and sisters who vibrate also in a different level. And we know who these people are. We know it. Because if this week if I did concentrate only in these videos, I wouldn't have been able to go through the 300 or more that I have watched. It helped me a lot also to be with these brothers and sisters that they were going through changes, and they were also asking or knocking in my door saying, hey, Ismael, are you feeling this? Or are you going through all of this stuff? This is really tough, isn't it? And things like that. And that was enough to create a beautiful human connection and conversation. Discernment. From this point onwards, we are going to experience a lot of situations of discernment so that we go and take the direction that we need. That's what I was feeling in that little bit at the end. And as Wesley feels, and I feel, do you feel it also?
Yeah.
That this is complete?
Suwakata.
Or you want to add something else? Or add something else?
What do you mean? Sorry.
I felt that Brother Wesley got to the feeling of conclusion of everything is complete now with everything that we have said. Do you feel the same? Like, do you feel like for today the session is complete?
Yes, exactly.
feel the
Like
same?
like it was like something he brought up, like for us to hear, like to, you know, to recognize something or to discern, as you said. Yeah, exactly. You described it well. It was complete. Like it's completed the today's transmission.
That's
Thanks
what.
very much.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Thanks very much.
Well say, all of you.
Yeah, very,
Help me
very
a
well
lot
said.
to get to these points, guys. Because
Thank you, Wata.
sometimes it's tough to put it into words. You know that,
Nuwaka.
brother. Hawata.
Sanawakata.
No
Kinawata.
matter, I was telling Wesley, I really thought for a long time that it's because English is not my mother language. But then I got to the point at I don't know in which week I realized that it had nothing to do with the language. It's just that what we experience is so multidimensional that it's really tough to say or to put it into words, because there's so many things that they are there at the same time, isn't it, brother?
So much information, and actually, when the other interesting thing, I don't know, did you notice this? They talk about mystery schools, and they talk about modern, like you could say, modern mystery schools. This is working with the what the you can't like this is it.
It's like a mystery school, you say.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
but it's even beyond that at the same time.
It's beyond that as well.
Yeah,
it's like you don't know. We don't know what we are going to do or say.
It's the electronics.
Or happen.
Because it's all electric. Everything's electric. Everything's energy anyway. So we're speaking energy. So we're speaking the electrics.
We are speaking energy. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are speaking energy. Exactly.
We're speaking energy. So then we're recognizing energy. Then we're understanding energy. Then we're repatterning energy. And then we're recognizing where it already starts from anyway. Then we start to realize,
oh my God. If we analyze it the way that Brother Wesley is analyzing, it's true. It's really crazy what we do. It's really crazy.
Yeah. We already know. And we already know this. So we already know this. So then we're just playing through this until we already understand this. And then we recognize it at the same time. Then we're like, oh, we already did it.
Because at the same time, brother, we are also experiencing this as a unique experience. Isn't it?
Exactly. Every moment.
It's new as well.
Yeah. Every moment.
We already know it, but we also experience it in a different, unique way as we talk, as we
constant change.
Live it.
Yeah. Constant evolution. But then there's another aspect of us that's already it anyway.
Yeah.
so it's many things playing out at the same time. It's crazy.
It's really crazy.
And we're all learning from each other then at the same time as well. Because that's the same thing. That's the whole dynamic at play too. It's recognizing that we're all learning from each other at the same time. And understanding each other at the same time. And forgetting each other at the same time. Then recognize each other, and then it come back again to the surface. You recognize yourself again. Where, amazing. That's why I will say with this. That's why I will say that the languages that were distributed by Sumakata Kaniwata, the ancient languages which we're speaking anyway. Some of them might have a different format. They were able to connect. They kind of had that connection with each other as well, because it's more tangible than the human languages, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, more tangible.
Only with the earthly language, I don't think I will have got this far. No. I mean, something changed in 2019 that from then, the light languages needed to be there to assist me in everything else that I was expanding and sharing with my brothers and sisters. And this has been magic. Yeah, I've been receiving messages, but one thing is to receive the message, and another thing is to experience these things in the groups. This has been a learning curve all the time. new experiences. And yes, at this point, I can say also the same, that light languages have been super, essential for this to happen.
And they're essential for, no, it's brilliant, so that, and they're essential for evolution of humanity as well at the same time, because they'll recognize them more than their so-called experience. And then they recognize that they're connecting back into the divine, and it's the divine quality that's connected to everything, that's penetrating through the field, that is the tangible essence of everything anyway, and it's recognized itself at the same time. That's the dynamic unfolding of reality as we speak. And that's what the amazing thing with it, because the more people start, tune into this stuff, the more the planet can start resurrecting itself, actually recognizing itself, saying, whoa. Because that's where we're all using decimal codes as well. So we're all bridging even parts of the planet as we speak. So Mother Nature's actually speaking through us at the same time, because we're the fabric of that anyway. But then it's beyond that then again, because there's many systems running through us that's beyond this fabric, which is us then as well at the same time, which can get confusing because that's the dynamics that's at play, but it's beyond the mind anyway. Because it could go beyond, it's beyond the capacity of the mind to even understand it anyway, I'd imagine. Suko wataka, kunya wata, tumba kataka. But then it's a part of it then as well, so it's part of the system.
So for the people watching this video, pay attention to all the information we have said this week, because next week we are going to ask you questions. So prepare yourself. That we are going to do some exams, and you need to know all this theory that we have shared here with you tonight. So be ready for that.
I'll finish with this actually, because it's funny, because I went out to the school, lecture school that I went to the teenager years, when I went through all the things, like, and I was like, right, this is interesting, because the things have changed, teachers have slightly changed, I've changed, but I had one conversation with he's my English teacher, and he goes, he was like, all right, Wes, so he's kind of smiled when he see me, like, because I was sitting to the class, I'm not joking, I was sitting to the class, and I wouldn't even open my books. And I'm sitting at the back class and I didn't open my books. But he's like, what he said to me, because my brother or sister, they have car company, they have car sales. So he bought a car off them. And what he said to me, because he rang me, was like, kind of asking me for my brother's number. So he's like, hey, how was it going? I was like, oh, Wes, how's it going? I never caught up for the coffee, because he wanted me to catch up with him for coffee, where he was, I think his mother might have died around the time. So he goes, I have to say, and I said, he was on with school, like, and I was like, do you know what, if, to be great if little things, he's talking about, things, I think I was bringing up with Indians, or bringing up this, traveling and stuff. Then he said to me, we're talking about school, and I said, you know what it was like at school? I was like, I said I barely even, I was more or less time, it was crap, like. He said, no, you weren't. He said, you were always good at explaining yourself. And I was like, do you think so? He said, yeah, you were always very good to put your point across the way. But he did say to me this straight away, the first thing was like, so, he's like, you're into the shamanism stuff, aren't you? But he was getting, because I had a conversation about it 3 or 4 years ago, but he was getting it. But even his way, like, I hope it's cool to speak of him. I can see even his way, like he was, here I am in school, that I was in school with, and here I am talking about shamanism. So it's coming from a different set of intelligences, You can go down to the art room, or maybe the thing, and you're just like, all right, we're going to draw this here, we're going to do this. Yeah, that's, for me, that would be my communication with some of it. But then as well, you could still go through school and start working with shamanic ways anyway, because they are everything anyway. But I thought it was cool because he was getting my perspective, where a lot of times it felt in school that I wasn't understood.
We thought so many times that they will never ever understand our position and what we feel and what we went through. But this example shows that they can get it.
They're starting to feel it. They're starting to feel it.
Yeah.
And I noticed even the conversation with the principal, like there's a new principal, he's a bit younger, and I could see even his ways, he just seemed to be more connected with the new energy.
Yeah.
Not as structured, not as controlling. Just seemed to be more
a protocol constantly.
Seemed to be kind of more intertwined. Seemed to be more intertwined with the even I think his kids and stuff were helping him out. So I could see, not as rigid and not as controlling, and a lot of things which I could see just changed there. Like.
Maybe it's because he's also exposed to the different generations.
Generations and energies too.
From your energy, and the different energies from life, but also the new youngsters, they also bring a different frequency. So at the end of the day, they are having also, as a teacher, they are having also an amazing experience that they can say, wow, this whole career has been really transformative for myself. Why? Because he is exposed to so many aspects of the collective.
Amazing.
Wonderful, brother. Thank you for sharing that. Everything else.
Yeah, thanks very much, and have a lovely weekend. Peace out.
You too, brother.
Have a beautiful weekend.
No mai kum nei sigi wakawan tiana na waine kawa ona ia hawan na kaiha hoa kahi